Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to the Tech Cruiser channel. My name is Howard. So today I kind of wanted to show you something. If you do any 3D modeling, 3D creation in Fusion, in Fusion 360, you probably already know about this thing that I'm going to show you today. But nonetheless, I'm going to show you regardless. So I'm not. I'm absolutely not the best 3D, CAD modeler in the world. Actually, I'm pretty terrible at it. I'm getting better. So I have a bunch of SD cards flying around here. I got external hard drives flying around here. So I kind of wanted to put them all into one thing. Now, aside from getting a Tupperware container, putting them in there, and kind of leaving it on the desk, which looks really ugly, I wanted to have something nice to put them in. So I took some measurements and went into Fusion and created something that's really, really basic. But for me, it's kind of cool. So I wanted to show you that and kind of tell you about it a little bit and show you this trick that I have to maybe make things a little bit easier for you. So let's flip around and we'll get into Fusion. So let's do that. Okay, guys. So we're in my Fusion 360 here, and this is kind of the object that I was telling you about just a little bit ago. And the reason for this is that I have a bunch of external hard drives and some SD cards, and they're all kind of just laying all around on my desk. So I wanted to put them in something that was a little bit nicer, to keep them all in one spot and kind of organized. So I went through, I took some dimensions, some measurements, and came up with this. So this should be dimensionally accurate, so it should fit kind of exactly what I needed to do. But you'll notice that it's in pieces. So I kind of wanted to show you the trick that I use. It's really not a trick, it's more just a logic thing. But regardless, we'll get into it. So we have all these components, and we want to combine them into one component so that we don't have to post-process and sand the whole sides and glue them and wait for it to dry and whatnot. And kind of really just use it as soon as it comes out of the comes off the printer. So in order to do this, you need to highlight the object you wish to move. We'll get a better orientation on it. But make sure you select and highlight all the parts and pieces. Otherwise, it's not going to work out just so right for you. So once you have it highlighted, you want to right-click anywhere on that model and go to Move. And now you can literally just slide that over. We can take a look and see where that is. Now that's buttered up against it, but I made the left side of the model a little bit thicker on purpose. So if we go in 1 more millimeter and we hit OK, so what you should see now is that model is now part of the bigger container there. So now we have these two bottom plates. So instead of gluing those on, like I said as well, what we can do is the same thing. Because you don't want the things that you have in this little organizer to fall through when you lift it up. So again, you highlight it, you right click on it, you go to Move, and now we can move it over. I think we need to go we need to go in 1 more millimeter. So we'll go minus 31. And that will be perfect, actually. So now it's all one unit there. I think we need to apply a fillet to that bottom piece. But let's go ahead and move the other piece back in. We'll hit OK. And we'll zoom in here and we'll see what we're working with. Yeah, we need to add a fillet just to this bottom corner right here. So, but let's go ahead and move the other piece. So again, just repeat the process. You're gonna highlight it. Make sure I highlight the whole thing. Right click, move, and we're gonna move it in. I think we need to go in 2 more millimeters. Let's try 1 more millimeter. Actually, yeah, we'll do 1 more millimeter. That should be just perfect. Now, there's a bottom to it. Now to check it, you can just zoom in and see where, yep, everything lines up perfectly. So, give it a little bit smoother appearance. We're going to add a fillet to the other side. And to that one. And we're going to go in 1 millimeter. And hit OK. All right. Now we need to add one on the back. A little bit of consistency. 1. Okay, that's that. Now it's not going to be a huge curve, but it's going to be enough to soften that line a little bit. Now, so we don't have any issues with the printer, get this one to go 1. And that's exactly it. And 1 more. And then we can export that and throw it on the printer. So there you go. Now we will export this, save it as an STL. The name is not important. Whatever you want to call it, it's fine. Okay, so now we're going to minimize that. When we go into the layer options, we can delete that. No, sorry, I'm using the the Apple Magic Mouse, and it's a touch sensitive thing. So here it is, Drive Dock. We'll drop that into Prusa Slicer. Now we can take a look at it. That is just perfect. The little soft edges. I don't know how well they're going to come out. You probably could have gone, maybe not on the smaller model, but on the bigger one, on those corners, you probably could have gone, a 2 millimeter. Oh, look, I see. Now we didn't look close enough. Because if you look over here, we have that same issue that we had. So if we go, we can fix that. I'm willing to bet you it's on the front too. Yep. There you go. Okay, now now we can port this out as an STL. So yep, we're going to replace that. Okay, that's up there. Delete that. And once again, drop it in. And it looks good. So now we will load this onto the SD card, and we'll get it over to the printer there. I like it. Okay, so we're gonna do that now. We'll load it onto the printer. We'll get it printed up, and then when it's done, we'll take a look at it, because I do kind of want to paint it a little bit, so we will show that to you. All right, so for right now, we're gonna pause the video and come back in when the print is finished. So we'll see you then. Okay guys, so it's been a couple of days. Been an interesting journey trying to get this desktop digital media organizer going. But we did get it going. I still have to make a couple of tweaks. I'll get into that, and I'll also tell you about the journey that we've had to go down with this. Okay, so let me just pull it. So I wanted to show you real quick what it looks like. So we got a couple of external hard drive slots here. I also included slots for the cables for each of the hard drives, and then on the side here, a spot for SD cards. Now that's really all I have right now. Having designed this myself and it being my design, if later I wanted to add a spot for some thumb drives, I can always just add that on the side here and go forward with that. So let me pull these drives out of here, and we can kind of show you what. So this is what it looks like from the top down. Now, initially, I was going to print this in the green PETG for MatterHackers. However, a new issue arose with my Prusa Mark III that's there behind me. As I was printing this in the MatterHackers PETG, it's the translucent green version of the PETG. I had the hot end temperature set to 240, and I had the bed set at 70. Now it heats up fine, it extrudes fine. The layers are fantastic. It will heat up. It'll do the bed leveling check, the mesh leveling check, and be fine. It'll get to about 6%. I'm sorry, it'll get to about 5%. Getting through the print, and the hot end temperature will start to drop a couple of degrees here and there. By the time it hits the 6%, 7% mark, it's already dropped 10 degrees. And at about the 7.5% mark, the print stops right where it's at. It doesn't pause, it just stops. And I was getting this thermal runaway issue. And I kind of went on and put it on again to the Prusa support group on Facebook, and tried a couple of different things, but it just wasn't working. I must have gone through, probably about 8 or 9 failed attempts to get this thing to print. And then I eventually just gave up and started doing it in the Prusament PLA. It's the gray Prusament that came with the printer. And I do see a couple of layer artifacts. And I do believe I have a loose belt. I'm going to go, now it's the belt that goes backward and forward. So I'm going to go through and tighten that up. I believe that's going to eliminate a lot of my, a lot of the artifacting I'm seeing on the side. I'm seeing a little bit of ghosting, not really under or over extrusion. It's a little rough. I don't know if you can see that or not. You can see it a little bit. You can kind of see it really good in here. It's a little rough up on the top, but that's fine. It's for my desk. I don't really care about that. And this doesn't happen often, so it's probably just a one-off. But the ghosting, I do see often, and I have gone through and readjusted the Y. I have done that. I do want to go through and tighten the X because I believe that's causing, and it's not as tight as the Y. So I believe that's causing a little bit of of the ghosting issue that I'm having on here. Woo. So we're gonna tighten that. I have a bunch of prints lined up, but I'm running out of filament. I do have some more on the way. I have some purple PLA coming. I have some white PET G coming. I'm going to keep drying the PET G. So that should be good. I have a little bit. Let me go grab it for you. So I do have a little bit of a couple of rolls left, and I'm going to try and do something with it. Behind me that's printing, we go this way. Behind me I'm printing a kind of a desktop stand for tablets and phones, and other like flat kind of slate or tablet type things for my desk. So that's almost done. It's actually a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. But we'll stick it on there. We'll figure something out to do with it. Because I kind of want to have, I have a Samsung tablet that I want to have on the desk at the same time, and I also want to have my phone on the desk at the same time. In addition to all of the hard drive, I'm running out of space on this desk. But we're gonna try and figure out something to do with this Blue Matter Hackers. It's Build Series PLA. It's a really nice blue. I really like it. So we got a little bit left to do with that. I may just scrap that. I don't know. I may use it for mail. I don't know. Throw the mail in there. That'd be kind of cool to use that. And then we'll figure something smaller out for the tablet, and we'll go from there. I don't know, maybe one of those octopus things. So we'll see what we can do with these two. And then the other one I have, it's a just a black, Hatchbox PLA. It's been there for a while. So we're gonna use the rest of these up. I do have a purple Matter Hackers Build Series PLA coming. I think it should be here tomorrow. And I have a white roll of PET G, so that should be good. And I still do have the remainder of the green PET G that I want to try and use also. But for things like decoration stuff, I think I'm just going to go with PLA. It's just easier to print with. But I kind of wanted to wrap this up by showing you. Now, I did, like I said, make some changes to the original design. I modified some of the dimensions of the spaces in here, and I added the ports for the cords, for the USB cords that go with the hard drives. So I do need to make some changes because they're not the same hard drive. This one is a little bit fatter and a little bit deeper than this one, as this one's a little bit more streamlined and fits perfectly in there. So we're gonna make those changes. We'll get this reprinted out. Maybe we'll up the layer lines, because this took 10 hours to print, but it looks really good. So I may just bump up the layer lines to a 0.2 millimeter, and kind of get it done more quickly. Since it's not going to be a showpiece, the layer lines are really not that crucial. So, but that's all we have right now on that one. If you have any questions, you have any comments, I will. If you want a copy of this, once I'm got the final dimensions done and a working, what I'm happy with prototype, I'll upload it onto Thingiverse. I'll drop a link down to my Thingiverse page so you can jump on there and grab this also. Now, there's not a lot on there. I'm still getting into the 3D designing space, as you can see, but I'm pretty proud of this because no help. I didn't download it. I made it. So that's all we got for right now, guys. Until next time, keep printing and be good to one another. Catch you later.